Ken,
Dante,
Big
in
Apple,
the Big Apple.
what's going on? I want to hear everything. I want everything. I want the highlights. I want a low light. I want more highlights. I want everything. Don't hold back. What's going on? Big Apple.
Big Apple, yeah, here in the Big Apple. Yeah, it's been awesome. Like we alluded to in our previous conversation, I got a gig here in the Big Apple for a little while. Got a
Hmm.
place to stay. Um, Great location, kind of on the edge of Chelsea, on the edge of the meatpacking district, and the edge of the West Village. So great,
Mm.
great location.
Wow. Nice. And we spent a night, what, a couple of blocks away from there
Right.
last year, going through New York, going through Manhattan. Spent a night in Manhattan, and our hotel was a couple blocks away. And we tried to get in to look around, like we went into the building, and we're like, we knew the security guard wouldn't allow it, but I don't know, what did you ask him? Can I just kind of roam the halls a little bit? What were you expecting him to do
No, I don't
that
think
he
I
didn't
said
do?
that.
Oh,
And,
you
and
just,
did I go in at all?
yeah, you went up to the security guy or the counter guy, the guy
Yeah,
at
the
the
counter
counter.
guy. The what do we call counter guys? Like in a big high rise. The
Yeah,
guy at the counter. What are they
he's
called?
not a doorman because he wasn't at the door. He was just kind of
Right.
hanging out behind the counter. He wasn't really security. But
Right. Skyscraper lobby liaison.
there you go. I mean, if it's not called that, maybe it should be. Tell us about your first week in the Big Apple.
Right. Well, a lot of decompressing. I was on the road for
Oh,
2 weeks. A lot of balls in the air, a lot of juggling, a lot of planning, a lot of
right.
uh, whatever I'm doing here, moving and
Yeah, a lot of
not
that, a
move.
lot of moving back and forth. But
Right.
how many hotels did you stay at in those 2 weeks? Like, you were in the car 13 out of 14 days or 12 out of 14?
Yeah. Well, the thing is too, like in again, as we alluded to in our previous conversation, when we were in Vermont, your mother had this big foam pad that she had
Yeah.
got for a visitor there in Vermont, and then when we arrived, she's like, "Okay, well, my visitor left, so I'm getting rid of this." I'm like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa! You're just gonna get rid of it?" She's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "What if I took it?" She's like,
Mm.
"Sure."
Yeah.
And so that has transformed livability of the vehicle. And so I got now, like a 4-inch cushion, 6 foot long,
Wow.
4-inch mattress on
Okay.
on my sleeping area. And so
Okay.
now it's like before my car was like a tent. Now my car is like a hotel room.
Right.
So
It's like a Motel 8.
yeah,
So
exactly.
like Motel 8 and your car neck and neck for comfort.
That's right.
It's not the Marriott. You're not quite there yet.
No, not quite that.
But
Yeah.
Motel 8 or Motel 6 or whatever the heck they're called.
So a little bit of sightseeing, well,
Mm-hmm.
a little bit of lying low,
Mm-hmm.
decompressing, regrouping, kind of getting the lay of the land of my apartment. I mean, that's
Mm.
one thing is okay. What's my apartment going to be like?
Kind of a
'Cause
cute apartment.
well, yeah. I mean, the good news, it's a studio. It's a good size for a studio, but
Is
not
that
a.
your bed behind you, like a couch and a bed?
That is right. It's a. I think we
Ah,
call that a day bed.
okay.
So yeah, the
Okay.
in the studio apartment got the day bed. Yeah,
Daybed.
not the best decor in the apartment. Kind of, I'm still moving things around, kind of organizing, kind of like setting
Mm.
things up.
Now you're gonna
Um,
put it back the way you found it before your landlord comes back, I hope.
that is
I
right.
hope.
Although to be honest though, you're right. I will put it back the way it was. However, it's much better now.
I like the backdrop.
Oh, I gotta say, this poor little this little plant here came with me from San Francisco. However,
Ah.
a little bit of a sad story.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah. So it's kind of a big plant. So
I know
yeah,
that plant,
I
right? You've had that for a long time, right? That plant?
no, actually, no, that plant died.
Oh no.
I I had so it was a palm. I had this beautiful palm, like 6 feet
The
tall.
palm died? Oh my God.
And get why? Get why?
Why?
So it's been in my apartment for literally 20 years.
Somebody didn't water it while you were gone.
No.
No?
No. Here's the thing. It got bigger and bigger and bigger.
Mm-hmm.
The pot was about this big.
Mm-hmm.
But it was too big for the pot. So I'm like,
Ooh.
I'm going to be a good plant owner and I'm going to repot my plant.
Okay.
So I went out of my way. I go across town. I get a pot this big
Mm-hmm.
because I like my plant and I want it to be happy.
Yeah. What happened?
It died.
Oh
It
my
died. I
God.
did that. And so I water it. I
It didn't
water
take
it,
to
and
the big pot.
there's so much
Mhm.
soil.
Did you drown the plant, Ken? Did you drown it?
I drowned it. I drowned my plants.
Too much water. Oh my
It got root
God.
rot. It got root rot,
Oh.
and it died.
Oh my God.
So I went out. I got this plant, brought it home to San Francisco, and it loved it. It was doing great. It was beautiful. But then got this gig in New York City, so I'm gonna move my stuff
Oh.
move
Okay.
some stuff to New York City.
So you brought
And
that
I'm like,
plant cross country.
cross country
That plant
in
just
my
went 3,000 miles with you.
3,000 miles in my convertible. At first, I put it in the back seat, and it was sticking up. And then somebody told me, like, dude, that the wind is just gonna like batter that thing to hell.
Yeah.
Like you can't put it in the back seat. I'm like, well, okay, all right. So I put it in the well of the passenger seat.
Like your traveling companion, you know? There you
Exactly.
go.
That's right.
The plant. Okay.
And so the first 2 days, I'm on the highway. Of course, the top's down because you can't drive cross country with the top
Yep.
up. But I could tell the plant, even behind the windshield, because the wind would come like behind the windshield and then be all tumultuous.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
like when I'm in the back seat, Ken, I'm getting pummeled, right? That's why I'm complaining the whole time.
Yeah, see, I'm in the driver's seat.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't see that.
Right.
But anyway, so day one, the plant is getting pummeled to hell. Then the second day,
Oh, Ken, I don't know if I can take two unhappy plant stories in a row, but go ahead.
the third day, and it's got like 2 clusters left. I'm like, what the hell is going on? It's protected. It has the windshield. It's what the hell? But then I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. It doesn't actually have to sit up. Like, why am I thinking it has to like be a dog and like sit
Yeah.
up on the chair? And so I actually like laid it flat on my new cushion your mom gave me, laid it flat where the wind can't attack it.
Mm-hmm.
And so it lost like literally 90% of its leaves in the first 3 days.
Okay.
I still have 2 weeks to go, but I light it flat,
Okay.
and then
Oh,
it
man.
it made the rest of the journey still with its 2 clusters. But man, it was sad though. But it made it,
Okay.
and now I've watered it, and they're coming back.
Oh, they're coming
See,
back.
Coming back.
Oh,
It's
coming
gonna
back.
make
Because I was
gonna
gonna
make a
go.
big comeback.
You know, I could see some leaves. You've been in New York for a week, right? Give me the highlight and the low light. I'm a big fan of the highlight and the low light. Kind of gets me oriented.
Right. So I went to a show. I went to a music show in Brooklyn. So here, again, feeling things out. Now the thing is, I got my car. I got my car in Manhattan. Love the car. Love driving in Manhattan.
Yeah.
It's a thrill. And I'm not being facetious. So there's a show out in Brooklyn. So I'm like, awesome, just get in my car like people do all over the world, and they go to where they want to go. Now, here's the thing, though. So it's a music show. I've been to hundreds of music shows, in my life, most of them in San Francisco, around San Francisco. I never, ever buy a ticket beforehand. Like
Right.
you just don't need to, or at least you didn't need to.
Mm-hmm.
And so for 30 years, I went to shows just going to the venue, getting a ticket at the door from somebody who had an extra ticket, and I'd pay, I'd obviously pay for the ticket most of the time. Sometimes you don't even have to pay for the ticket. Here in New York City, I go to Craigslist. I see a ticket that looks good. I call the guy. He looks good. We make an arrangement I've made dozens of times in the past. I got scammed. The very first time I tried to get a ticket in New York City, and I get scammed. 30 years in San Francisco, never scammed, not a single time.
Keep your guard up. You're in
New York City.
You're in a new town, Ken. Things are a little different in New York.
A little different in New York.
Oh boy. Okay.
So
that would be the low light or the highlight? Low light? Low
getting
light.
Scammed, that's the low light.
Okay, that's the low light.
Right.
Give me a highlight.
Highlight, New York City, baby.
Okay.
Every day, looking around, walking around the street.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of the city is just walking around the city and looking up at the tall buildings and looking at the different types of buildings, the different neighborhoods, the people, right? People from all corners of the globe make their way to New York.
Everybody's talking at me. I don't hear a word they're saying. Only the echoes of my mind. People stop and staring. I can see their faces. Only the shadows of their eyes. I'm going where the sun keeps shining through the pouring rain. Going where the weather suits my clothes. Backing off of the northeast winds, sailing on the summer breeze, skipping over the ocean like a stone. I'm going where the sun keeps shining through the pouring rain. Going where the weather suits my clothes. Backing off of the northeast winds, sailing on the summer breeze, skipping over the ocean like a stone.
You mentioned you went to an EDM show. You mentioned you got scammed. And then you mentioned the show. Now, when I think of an EDM show, I think of people like around 21, 22, 23, 24, 25.
Yeah.
Were you the oldest guy at that EDM show?
Oh, by far. By far. However,
did they think you were like a narc or something? Like, oh my God, who's this guy? Or maybe you're like a record producer or something.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you there. But I will say that what's annoying, I tell you, this new generation,
The new
I gotta
generation.
complain.
I know.
Got to complain for a second.
Yep.
So one thing is, it's one thing that they don't care about musicians. They just don't give a damn
Don't care.
about somebody playing an
They
instrument.
don't care. Yeah.
They don't, somebody doing this, or somebody doing this.
Yeah. Same thing. They don't care.
Yeah. To them, it's the same thing. But then the thing is, like, it's an EDM show. EDM, electronic dance music. Dance music. So you go to an EDM show to dance, right?
I mean, that's what I would.
They
go
don't
for.
dance. They don't dance. They just look at the stage. So they're there watching a guy move some dials, some levers. I, on the other hand, I'm the only one dancing.
Oh my god.
It's a little disheartening, I'll tell you that.
What are you drinking?
Oh yeah, Modelo Negro. Can I say this about Modelo Negro? Now we should probably even like do a commercial. You know, we're famous for our commercials, Dante. We should at some point we should give
Yeah.
Modelo Negro a shout out.
What do you envision for the commercial? A beach, cityscape?
I picture like maybe on the beach in Trinidad with like a big EDM like festival behind them. And that music is just pumping, and so we got the cast of a dozen guys just drinking Modelo, enjoying the music, and then they turn to the camera and they say, "Watch the Ken and Dante show."
I like it. I like it. We're pitching the beer, and they're pitching our show. I like it. I like that turnabout.
Right, a little.
We could film that commercial. I think we could do it on $500,000, Ken. You know, the locale, the music, you know, we have to probably create a stage, you know, and we want to do it from scratch. We don't want to find something already half made. We want to start
Right.
from scratch.
From scratch.
All right, on that note.
This little phone booth right downtown, right downtown. I wanna tell her that I don't care if she's late.
The easiest way to get into the meditative state is to begin by listening. If you simply close your eyes and allow yourself to hear all the sounds that are going on around you, just listen to the general hum and buzz of the world as if you were listening to music.
Why did I hold on to all of my hate? I couldn't heal, I was numb to the pain. Don't need to own me, 'cause that was a stranger.
We were born yesterday.